All right, well, we survived the fire drill, and now we got the dog barking. So hopefully we'll be okay this time.
You know what, though, Whitney? This is a great point, though, that it's so important to just be vulnerable through this time.
All right, yeah.
Real.
Yeah, I couldn't even power through that. I mean, like, we were in the hallway, and everybody's like, it's fine, go back. Okay, yeah, well, it's still really loud.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So part 2 of taking virtual meetings to the next level. And if you missed the first section of this episode where I had a live power drill, number 1, you should go view it because it was great. But I'm with Sarah Marie Clark, brand consultant with Jack Nadell International, and we're going to talk about coffee kits and cocktail quarinies. What do you say?
I think we were calling it quarantinis.
Quarantinis.
Yeah, quarantine cocktails, whatever.
Yeah, I like quarantini. Much. Yeah, very creative. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so before the noise and everything, if you've been following Sarah online, she teased that she was going to tell us all her secrets.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the secrets.
So there's a couple things that I'm doing with my clients right now that is just kind of keeping them ahead of the curve. We talked in part 1, we talked about how we need to make sure that we are establishing our brand into the future, and that we're not going to go back to what it was 3 weeks ago. That's not going to be normal. There's going to be a new normal. So how are you developing your brand now? How are you establishing your brand as a forerunner of pushing into the future and establishing yourself in a good way? This applies to brands in general, but also from a marketing standpoint. How are you helping your clients market in a way that is forward thinking? And in the promo world, we've been hit pretty hard because everything is tangible. Yep. And with everything being tangible, you face that hurdle of, okay, how do we actually get this in people's hands? And we have to think of new ways, innovative ways to actually have brand recognition and build that connection with their clients. So I put a couple images together just so you can kind of picture what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
And man, guys, I'm actually getting a little nervous to share all this with you because this really is like some top secret stuff. No, so some of the, as we're going through all of this, it's so important that we are focusing on, one, being vulnerable. If you've got a fire drill, if you've got kids running around, embrace it. That's what life is right now. That shows strength. I think that we have historically thought that in order for you to establish yourself as a strong, dependable brand, you have to kind of have this facade, this front that you are totally polished. And that's not what we're seeing moving into the future. We're seeing vulnerability and just being real, showing your personal brand as a part of your corporate brand. That shows strength, and that shows that dependability. So, and then just, staying connected and being focused on the people. So how do we stay connected in a world where we can't physically see each other? And I shared a little bit about how we're sending out some tangible gifts like the coffee kits and like a little cocktail party in a box of how just staying in front of these people, even when you're not in front of them. Having those tangible products along with a virtual experience creates this full brand experience, which is really what's going to take you into that next future. And getting into their homes. So how do you actually get into their homes? You do that through tangible products, but also by tying in technology. So I'll show you a little bit. Like you can tell, I'm actually nervous to share this. But using backgrounds. So you can use backgrounds in your Zoom calls. You can use backgrounds in, my amazing boyfriend set me up with this great set here. So I've got a good little place to do some videos, but not everybody gets to do that. So you can create, and we can create for our clients, just backgrounds. And this is something that you can, as a brand, you can send those out to your clients as well so that they can utilize them. And that's an extra touch, and you're helping them. You're giving them a useful product, even though it's not tangible. These are the coffee sets and the quarantinis that you were talking about. So I sent this or an image of this coffee box to you when we were gonna have a coffee date, and we weren't able to do that. And you messaged me and you said, "Hey, do you still want to do this?" And I think we both were pretty desperate for some.
Yeah. It was funny because another team member of mine was like, "These are a cool idea," because they had seen your same profile, and I was like, "I'm already talking to her tomorrow." I was getting a head start on the game.
Yeah. So send some of those out to my clients of ones that we were going to have meetings with, and then I sent out this one of the cocktail kits to help we were going to have a cocktail meeting and a whole little cocktail party. And this was going to be the first time I was able to meet some of these folks. And so I was really, really pumped. I was pretty bummed that we weren't able to do this. So instead, we put together a little cocktail kit. So in that little tube is culinary lavender. And inside that little book, it's got a recipe of how to make lavender simple syrup, and then how to make a drink with all the other ingredients here. And then we've got like a little desktop cornhole game. So they still have that experience of being at a cocktail party. And then the tag, the actual event badge, has a couple QR codes that show the presentation that I was going to be sharing with them, along with a video of me just introducing myself and what we do at Jack Nadel. And all that together takes an experience and it puts it in the hands of these individuals. And we're going to start seeing that a lot more in the future, because events are going to become less expensive to do virtually. But how do you level up? How do you still make it fun and not just another Zoom call?
Right.
And this is one way to do it.
Yes. In a world where we're forgetting what day it is.
What is it today? I don't even remember. I don't remember.
But it goes back to being memorable and standing out in the sea of Zooms and not knowing what day it is. I mean, something like this really helps you stand out. And too, we're on week 3 of quarantine, so like the VIP, I would totally dress up, right? Like I would go out this door and show my badge to my dog, and be like, "I'm here for the VIP," and make it a thing.
Well, the awesome thing about one of the things I was talking today with somebody else about was that now, we're getting to do all of these fun happy hours and stuff like that with people that we typically wouldn't. And now we have all these opportunities of like, hey, let's actually connect. And I'm loving it as a parent, because for the first time in my working life, I've been able to join happy hours, because it's not acceptable to bring my child to a bar, but it is to have her in the kitchen having a drink.
Yeah, it's so true. Everyone, something else that we're doing for Liger is take back two. So essentially what we're doing with that is most of us probably have 2 extra hours in the day at this point, because we're not on the road or not going to soccer practice or recitals and things like that. So we've got a little bit of extra time. What are you doing productive with that time? And productive could mean like reading a book that you've been wanting to read and you didn't have the opportunity to do so. I've been blazing through books.
What have you been reading?
So, I just finished Conviction, which is interesting. This is about this lady that listens to true crime podcasts.
Okay.
And so she comes across this podcast, and she happens to know one of the guys that was murdered. So she like goes out on this quest to clear his name.
No way.
It's really cool.
Is it fiction?
Say that again?
Is it fiction?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think so. I hope so. Because there was a ship involved, and I really haven't been able to find any information on the ship, because of course I had to go Google it. So I think it is. Right. There could be parts of it that are true, but
based on reality.
Yes. Yes.
No, but that's a great point. Just finding ways to stay productive in that time. And that's another way that you can connect with your clients. And another way that you can market is find out ways that they're using their time. So, work with them, give them ways to incorporate their kids into stuff that maybe they wouldn't before. Incorporate their dogs, incorporate fitness into stuff that maybe they wouldn't have done before.
Yeah.
Sharing. You could also, even if you just wanted to do like one of these tubes just of spices with some new recipe, you could put that in a little mailer, super inexpensive to ship those out to folks. And then they've got a little recipe of, one of the meals they're going to have to cook this week. And so little things like that, I think is really going to help.
Nice.
This one was pretty cool too. So phone soaps. So it's actually like UV light, and just putting together a little card of saying like, hey, we haven't heard from you in a little while. Just touching base, right? And just making a little joke about, you probably haven't called us because you're scared of how dirty your phone is right now. So let's clean it and then let's connect. And it's really cool. So one of them is a charger, and then one of them is it's not a charger, but it does sterilize the phone. We have one at home that we've used for a long time, and we have put more use into that this past couple weeks than I think we ever have.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I believe it. That's nice.
Really, really cool. And like I said, just kind of getting into caring about people, caring about who they are as people, and being vulnerable. So don't always feel like you have to be so polished, and connecting with these people as people, right?
Can we do a Liger onesie?
Heck yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and just like the onesies, the socks, the sweatpants, all that kind of stuff makes a huge, huge impact. And it's fun. It's super fun. Just we're all doing video conferences, like I said, doing stuff maybe with their kids that they wouldn't have done before. Okay, now this is the good stuff. So like I said, we have to connect experiences. We have to connect the technology in with what we're doing now. So what we have come up with is incorporating your voice domain. Are you familiar with a voice domain?
Only because you told me.
So voice domain is, you have to claim it, right? Just like you would have to claim your regular domain. And so we help our clients claim their voice domain and then set it up and manage that for them. So what that would look like is, okay, you start asking questions to Alexa, and she'll start responding to you and giving you information about this brand. So what I am doing, and what some of my clients are doing now, is branding the Alexas and then shipping those out with prompts of, hey, experience Alexa this way, experience Alexa that way, ask her this, ask her that. So I can, you want me to show you how it works?
Yes, mine's already responding.
So mine right now, I'm going to walk you through mine, and I'm going to walk you through it on my Alexa Dot. It's in beta testing right now, so you won't experience it through yours yet. That will happen later on this week. But let's check this out. So I'm actually going to put myself back to, let's see if I can get myself back to my screen here.
And can you still see me? You actually went dark on my end.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay.
There we are. Nice.
Okay. So I'm going to show you how this is working now. Alexa, start Sarah Marie Solutions.
Sorry, I don't know that.
You be quiet.
Welcome back to Sarah Marie Solutions. For a complete list of commands, just say help. Now, how can I help you today?
Alexa, restart Sarah Marie Solutions.
Sarah Marie is your brand consultant with Jack Nadell International. As your brand consultant, she is your trusted partner for branded merchandise for your e-company stores, gift stores, marketing initiatives, and internal programs. She just released her latest collection of favorite products. I can send you a link. Just say, show me her favorites. What do you want to do next?
Show me her favorites. Show me her favorites. Oh, well, this is a good example. Alexa, show me her favorites.
I don't know enough about your taste in music.
I told you, it's in beta testing.
saying.
Yours is going off. Mine is going off.
Here's a station you might like. 80s Rock
Alexa,
on Amazon Music.
Alexa, start Sarah Marie Solutions.
Mine's over here playing Billie Eilish.
Welcome back to Sarah Marie Solutions. For a complete list of commands, just say help. Now, how can I help you today?
Show me her favorites.
No problem. Jade and I just published the latest favorites in a gorgeous catalog. What mobile number should I send it to?
770-243-9903.
Did I hear you correctly? I heard 770-243-9903.
Yes.
Great. Got it. I'll send you that link. I can also help you schedule a call with Sarah Marie. Just say schedule a meeting. What would you like to do next?
Schedule a meeting.
Awesome. Got it. I sent you a link to schedule a meeting with Sarah Marie. If you are all done, just say goodbye. What do you want to do next?
Goodbye.
Thanks for talking to Sarah Marie Solutions. Have a creative day.
That's awesome.
So
Either I'm going to call you this afternoon or Billie Eilish is going to call.
either way, that's totally fine.
Right? Yeah, true. That's awesome.
So yeah, just setting that up, and there's like a million different ways, different questions you can ask. So this, I mean, and this works for anybody. This works for an agency. This works for a restaurant. This works for, you know, a retail brand, or I mean, honestly, anybody. Because you can, what we do is we will work with our clients and we go through a branding consultation, really. So the same kind of consultation we would talk through about how to pick a product, what product we're going to select based on who you are, who your clients are, and what the point is of all of it. We would go through that same kind of conversation, and then we would set up all of these questions. So you're guiding your clients or your prospects through an experience. And there's really no limits. And if you have a one of the Amazon or Google ones that actually have a screen, then we can put images in there too. So just finding ways like that to take tangible products and make them an experience and get in people's heads by getting in their homes.
Yeah. So walk us through the process too of, let's say, okay, I want to send this coffee box. How does that work? Will you package it and ship it to my client?
Yeah, absolutely. So we will go through, we'll start with who your client is. So if you already know, I want this coffee box, this is what I want, we're done there. Once we select all of those products, then all we have to do is we would go through the process of designing it. We would send you proofs of that. And then we would just send you a drop ship list. So you would just fill in where everything is going. We would handle the fulfillment and the shipping. We would send you tracking once everything has shipped. And then your clients get it and they can set up the whole experience. What I would suggest is sending something like that with what I call a romance card. So these romance cards are going to have the information, set up your Zoom or set up however you're hosting your meetings to have that one link so that you can use that one link for everybody. And then all they have to do is log on to that link at that time that you email them or you talk to them about, and it takes them right in.
That's perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sarah Marie, for sharing your secrets with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So
if somebody wants to get started or send things or see what else you have to offer, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, by the end of this week, you can ask Alexa or your Google Home. You'll be able to do that. And so if they're connected with me on LinkedIn, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm just under Sarah Marie Clark, working with Jack Nadell International. So they can connect with me on LinkedIn. From there, they can get all of my contact information and they can see any of my posts that I update about all of that stuff. I also share any new products, new exciting, fun products, and things that are applicable. So right now, hand sanitizers, face masks, all of those things that are really needed. So they can do that. They can email me at just sarahmarie@nadell.com, or they can always give me a call.
Awesome. I love it. And I love, the premise overall of just companies helping companies, right? How do we stay relevant? How do we get through this? What are some ways to be memorable? So thank you so much for coming on and sharing those with us.
No, thank you. I think it's super important that we are tapping into not only our networks, but the networks of the people that we respect and that we admire, and that we can kind of collaborate a little more and really just lift everybody up, because the more we lift each other up, the faster our economy is going to turn back around.
Amen. I love that. Awesome. Well, if you're tuning into part 2 and you haven't watched part 1 yet, it is out there and available. A little bit more background on Sarah Marie, and then you do get to go into the vaults, fire alarm, and other fun things. But we did toss out ideas at the beginning of the show too, of what restaurants and other businesses can do to stay relevant. So definitely go back and take a look at part 1 and part 2 are both available. So awesome. Thank you, Sarah Marie.
Thank you so much, Whitney. We'll chat soon.
Awesome. Sounds great.